A live look at Tucson from La Paloma. Looks like the sun is up. So when is that warmer weather going to get here? Here's a 4-1 meteorologist Daniel McFarland with a look at your traffic and weather together. Daniel, we are in store for 80s coming our way today.
Yep, so 80 is going to be the high for later on today, Robbie. And I think most of Tucson is going to be hitting that mark and likely going to have it tomorrow too.
Yeah, and really should be ready for a warmer weekend. Again, Daniel, keep talking this because it keeps happening. Nice weekends for us.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be leading into a great weekend, but at least starting off today, nice and dry for a lot of us out there. Those temperatures, though, at the moment, still stuck at 44 degrees. It hasn't changed over the last little bit, but now that the sun's starting to make its way a little bit higher in the sky, we are likely going to be having that temperature rising up very quickly. You do see the wind coming out of the southeast. That's another indicator that we are going to have warmer air headed our direction. But we are going to also see that wind starting to pick on up over the next few hours too, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But let's go over these great temperatures for later on today. Lower 80s for most of us. I think 81 to about 82 is going to be the average across most of the city of Tucson. To find areas falling under 80 degrees, I think you have to go up to Saddlebrook up towards the north. Even Corinna, Tucson, and Vail have a very good chance to be reaching that 80-degree mark. Nogales could be stopping just a little bit short, 78 for you. Same thing with Ajo and Sells. I wouldn't be surprised if they reach 80 degrees, but they're starting off a bit chillier today. You are having that wind that's going to hold them down for the first part of the day, but then if you get on over towards Cochise County, elevation's more so the reason why you're not going to be at 80 just yet, but that could be moving in later. Now when it comes to lows tomorrow, those aren't going to be too different from today. I'd go ahead and add maybe 1, 2, or 3 degrees to what you're seeing right now for that low temperature. So I think 47 is going to be on average for the Tucson area. You're still going to have a handful of spots though in Cochise County falling down into the 30s. So Wilcox 35, Benson right there at about 37, Douglas 38, and you're going to have some spots like Ajo and Sells due to their elevation stopping right around 50. So if we have strong winds today, I think most of that's going to be during the morning hours. And between about 8 and noon is the time to watch out for Tucson to potentially see a quick passing wind gust of 25 miles per hour. Your heaviest winds are going to still be over there in the Cochise County, areas like Bisbee and Tombstone looking at the heaviest. And I do think things will begin to calm down during the overnight hours before we have another windy day tomorrow, but the windiest day ahead is still going to be Thursday that we're tracking. So even though tomorrow afternoon we could be in between 20 and 25 mile per hour winds, I do think it could be as high as 40 for Tucson once we get to about Thursday. The reason why is because we have high pressure right now, but then we still have a low pressure center continuing to move across the Pacific. That'll eventually push into our area. It's not only going to be bringing us windy conditions, but also dropping down that temperature. So if you do enjoy the 80s, you won't have to wait long for it to come back, but you do have a couple days coming up where we're likely going to be stopping in the upper 60s as opposed to the 80s, and maybe 1 or 2 days where you could be close to 40 degrees for a low temperature out there. But overall, the weekend looking fantastic with 78 and then 81 for your temperatures. That was weather. Let's go ahead and check out traffic before you get on outside today. And we do